Hello guys, welcome to another video. About this Alpha 164, it was not supposed to be another video for this, I already did the last one. Yes, but this is a kind of behind the scenes thing. Before I deliver the car, I have to charge the AC system and it has a leak, so I have a video for that. And also I will replace the radiator for the engine because it has the age of the car. So as I am working on the condenser, I also will work on the radiator for the engine. And there is some things that I discovered while doing some work behind the scenes, like the fuel hoses. I already did videos for this, but I think it's again relevant to speak about that. And also for the emissions on this car. I have had problems with emissions on this car. It was not just the timing of the engine out of timing, it was also a few things that were wrong. And I thought at the time that there is no content for the channel for this, but aggregating everything together, I hope this way you can have more info about these issues. Okay, so now you can do this in two ways. You can remove both of the radiators with the fan all together in one piece. I will try that, but I think it's not possible because the last one that I disassembled, it was really not that easy. Basically, you have to take out these two bolts and these two bolts. On the bottom of the radiator of the AC condenser, you also have two bolts, as you can see down here. And normally the system is a nut inside of a plastic clip, so it may be difficult to remove. You may have to damage this to remove it. That's what happened on the last one. So that one I can damage it, but this one it is already damaged on this side. But I think I can reuse this. Okay, here and here. So this is the bottom part, and also I have to take out this hose over here. It will be very, 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 very difficult to do in place. Really difficult, and even with special tools. And this one it's easier, but it also gets more moisture and corrosion, so it may be really stuck. So this one and that bottom one over here, that goes to this hose. This otherwise goes to the filter over there. It is one long flexible hose. And on the back side you have the fan, you have the resistor, and you have the double switch. On the bottom part I am using a new switch for this new radiator as well. Now it's just time to take out the paraflu up to the tray to reuse it because it is really new. I'm really trying to get it loose, trying back and forth, but it does not budge, like at all. Oh my god, it's like welded in place. I know this is paint of some sort, but I'm sure underneath it's full with corrosion. I may have to break this or cut this and do this on the vise. Maybe if I can take this out to the entire tube pipe to the bench, to the vise. Starting to escape on this left side. Corrosion is son of a gun. Oh, perfect. And here is loose, nice and loose. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's at least one side loose, at least that. Make sure not to forget to take out the seal, to see it, inspect it. And this is not okay. This is not an AC seal. This is not, well, it was an O-ring, but well oversized one. Damn. Jesus. So in this way, if you follow the hose, it goes right here and here. It goes to the top part. So I'll try on the bench to get this loose and try to hold it on the vise and take this out. I'm hoping. And looking here to the not new but refurbished condenser, I can see I also have some work to do. They cut down the hoses through here, I believe, and now I have to... Oh, no, wait, that's different. This one is different, I believe. Maybe We'll see. On this side is correct. Surprise, surprise! The threading is all gone. Oh my god. This behind the scenes stuff is... yeah. Well, good thing is this friend of mine had some doubts about that condenser and ordered a second one to be refurbished, even with the bottom screws over here, as you can see. And this threading here is perfect. At least it seems perfect. And on this side, it has no second adapter over here, and the threading is also nice. I will have to get some seals, because I believe those ones will be out of order. This one does not have, so yeah, it's about the same thing. And it's not crooked in here like the other one on the holding positions. Yeah, some luck over here. This is the position that I find the most comfortable to take out this lower hose. It is not doing too much strain on that hose over there, so I can reach it with a wrench. And maybe please get out, because that tube over there, that pipe, goes all the way to the upper side. Man, at least this one I can do it from above at any time and replace it if I damage it. So I hope on this side it will go out. Please go out, please. Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah, the pipe is not spinning, so that's good. And this was the worst, because it is the longer tube pipe, flexible hose, pipe, hose, tube. So many words for one thing. The seal is there. It appears to be in nice shape. And now I have only this side to take care of. I will cut it. Yes, cut it. And grab this on the vise, and you have to come loose, no matter what. I don't have heat to do this. And this is aluminum, so heat is not really a solution for this. Okay, so now you can do this both in two ways. You can unplug here the plugs for all the electrical parts and remove this as one, but I will try to take out one thing at a time, because I don't have a lot of space, and I do not have a lot of experience on disassemble this particular model. So if I do it part of the time, I think I can. So you have two fasteners over here, and on the bottom side it slides in. This shroud over here slides into this radiator. So if I pull it up and away, I can pull out the radiator, and that in this way I still have the oil cooler to remove over here, but that is not very difficult, because I put this nut at in the previous video off camera, so it will go out with no problem. And on this side I do not have anything to bind into, so I believe it will be smooth sailing from now on. And also in this way, I'm now thinking over here, I do not have to remove this assembly for the fan at all, unless if I want to do some inspections, which I will. Okay, in this case I will inspect everything, but on your case you may not have to remove this at all. You just replace your water radiator. The next thing you want to do is to find an even floor and compare the both parts. I'm seeing here some differences between those two, but there is not to be concerned, because this is an extra for something. That one does not have it, but it is not a problem. So you have your return line, it's correct. You have your holders, they are correct. The fitment on down here, this is not stock, but okay, I have to work with this. Okay, to hold down the shroud for the fan. This set of very old double switch, it is on its way home, and now I have a new original one. This was new stock that I had at home. I have to add this shroud over here and put it over there. Okay, I have the holes for that. I have the holes for these clips, and on the other side, on this side I have the holes to fit onto the AC condenser, and they are on the same place, I believe. Okay, so another thing, the oil cooler was heating over here because the lack of the nut over there. And I saw that on the previous day. And this radiator here is really on its way home because it has 28 years. It's time. You did your job, okay? This one is also, I think I can work with this. And that one over there, not so much. Think I have something in store. So as you can see, I have my fan over here. This system uses only one fan, but it has two speeds. How does this happen is very easy to understand, okay? So you have a double switch. As you reach a certain temperature, the first speed kicks in. As you reach another hotter temperature, the second speed engages. The first and second speed are obviously only on this fan. It is this resistor over here that does the first speed. As you have 12 volts entering here, this first pin, less than 12 volts, about 8 volts go out. And those 8, let's call it 8 volts, will kick on this fan, making it turn slower than if it had the 12 or 13 volts that you have with the car running, okay? So what do we have here on the back side of the radiator? I have the turbo over there. This is a Mitsubishi turbo, by the way. And I have the coolant line here seeping with the coolant. I have to put a new metallic pipe on there, and also the rubber hose. Just the rubber hose will not fix it. I know that I have this support, this crossbar for the radiators crooked, because if you remember on the previous videos I did try to raise it up with a jack, and I know why, because they forgot, someone, to put those bolts over there. I put one just trying to put that in place, and the other one behind the hose, it's broken in place. So I will attempt to fix that. Also on there on the compressor, looking to the state of that seal that was on there, I will take out the lower hose to see how is the state of the seal and put new ones if I have to. And for now, that's it. For now, everything is kind of normal. No big deal over here. And the seals on the connectors are okay. These two for the resistor were upside down, but okay, that is not a absolute issue. Let's get ready to put in this radiator, and let's try to take out this beautiful pipe, hose, tube thing. I also have here these rubber parts for the lower part of the radiator. I also have more if I need for the intercooler. I believe I do. If you want this part number, it may not be really the part number for this, because it seems to be for a 156, but from what I can see, it fits perfectly on the hole down there, and it fits really good on the radiator, so I will use it, okay? And also I have some things of this lying around. This is okay, not a big thing, but it really looks good. Normally it has a rubber thing, not a plastic one. These plastic ones are for the older models, but it fits, so really nice. Once again, the part number is over there. So what we have here, I already take out the lower crossbeam for the radiator support. I also applied a lick of paint over there on that subframe over there. I had to remove a broken screw that was here, but the locking nut was spinning, so I have to remove it altogether, and now I will put a nut from the bottom side. I had to take out here the flange for the turbo and the wastegate to reach there the hole. Now this part is okay. Here it is, the locking nut, and I have to improvise some spacers to here and there, because that is the way that is supposed to be, and there were none of these spacers or bolts for that matter. Just a cleaning here on the intercooler pipe, on the flange. This o-ring it's okay, it's not too bad. Some cleaning on the bolts and nuts and washers, and again applying here an improvised spacer. I think it will be okay for that. On this hose I was not lucky at all, guys. I had to break loose this fitment. The threading that was on the other condenser broke inside of that fitting. So maybe I can find a hose and take out this part and replace this L-shape part, or get a hose altogether. But still I am able to assemble everything, including this pipe, in place to cover the holes of the compressor, for example, and then later down the line I can replace this hose with no problem. To prevent this to happen or stop it to happen so often, I will apply a coat, a generous amount of ceramic paste that will stop the similar corrosion to happen between this soft aluminium and the fitting that is made from steel, I believe. I think it is. I can see it with a magnet. Here it is, the cross member. Clean it very well. Took out all the kinks that it had from rubbing on the floor. It has a bit of rust, but I was able to apply a paint that is rust inhibitor. So I think it will be better than it was before. And also here the spacers that were present, fortunately, on the lower side of the assembly. So these long ones, go to these two holes over here, and this single hole, it was lacking on the spacer and on the bolt. Okay, so I have here the parts to do the assembly. This bracket over here is for the oil radiator, and also it was very mangled and was not in shape, absolutely not in shape. So I was able to recover the shape to do the correct fitment. For the AC O-rings, I have here a kit, just a general kit of O-rings. Okay, and I have one here that I think it is perfect because both of the O-rings here on the compressor were not the specified ones. They were too big and they were crushed. What you have to have here is an O-ring that fits on that little housing over there, just like so. And I can notice a little bit of a play. But if I go to the hose itself, I can notice that the O-ring has to stretch just a little bit to go, oh my god, to go in place. And it thus gives it the perfect dimensions to go onto that hole over there. I'm just afraid to it to be a little bit too thick. I already managed to tighten up this fitment over here, and I believe it is working perfectly. But what I will do is to apply both of them and then take out again to see the condition of the O-ring, to see if it is in fact the correct size. To do this assembly, you should use, for example, the oil, the PAG oil that comes with the compressors, and also you can use some neutral silicone grease, like so. You can use both, but you can never do this dry. In this way, I will still use the broken hose, the broken end of that hose in place, and use this the correct way, because I don't know who will switch out this pipe, because the car is leaving this week or next week, and I want the next guy to have the peace of mind that it has a new O-ring to use on another pipe, or this one if it is repaired on that end over there. So the next guy will have peace of mind about the O-rings. They are new, and I'm testing if the thickness of the O-ring is the correct one or not. I think it is a little bit thicker than the recommended, but let's see. Taking out this new O-ring, can you notice here? It is crushed, so it is no good. That's why we do these experiments. So I pass it to the smaller size. It is not really my... But doing this experiment over here, I can see that the O-ring has some squish to it, like it is touching together, and now I do some force and I notice it can squish together. So I think it will work. To whatever will work on this car, I also put here some ceramic grease. Okay, to wherever will go work on this car, to the charging of the AC system, please check out if these two fittings are sealed. Okay, because I don't have absolutely sure if this will work. I think so, but bear with me, okay? Yeah, guys, everything is assembled. Almost everything is assembled. The AC radiator and the engine radiator is all assembled. I'm trying to charge the AC system next Saturday. That is 2 days from now. And the car will go to Ireland on Saturday. So this is really down to the wire. Today I'm trying to finalize here some things to keep the car moving. I already did here the radiators, as you can saw off camera. I already did the fuel lines of this engine. You have a little one over here and another one over here. This is the cross pipes, okay? And then you have the two main lines that come in on this regulator and come out on that dampener over there and go to the firewall. That too is completely new, okay? I already did some videos about the fuel lines, and I have some tips about the measurements of the hoses and the methods to use, okay? Another thing that was bugging me over here was the emissions on the MOT. It was being very difficult to pass the car on emissions, and we had several issues that caused the emissions, okay? The catalytic converter was not a catalytic converter, it was a resonator with nothing inside. It appeared to be, it was at some point a catalytic converter, okay? It was deleted. And the lambda sensor, the oxygen sensor, the wires, the plugs were all destroyed. So we put a new sensor, we put a new catalytic converter, and still it was just really, really close, but no cigar. So what I found out more after that was the mass airflow meter, that the gray thing that is on top of on the side, on this case of the air intake box, the temperature sensor inside that was bad. Yes. Also, I found out that the canister for the gases of the gas tank, the tubing over here, the piping was all messed up, and that valve over there was also broken and some other stuff, and I rerouted everything as it should, no false air intakes. Meanwhile, I was already able to pass the car on MOT because it was really just low enough to pass it, but I'm sure now it will be even better with this solution over here. And also, a sensor was missing. This car uses two atmospheric pressure sensors, and one of them was missing, and I found the wiring here hidden from sight. So that is also present. I already have it there on the air intake box ready to go. And also we have 4 new tires all around. Everything is nice to go to Ireland next weekend. 2 days from now. It's really being here down to the wire. I'm doing some hours after work to try to finalize the car. It's really close. Just have to put the headlight here, put the intake box over there, and only tomorrow the new repaired mass airflow sensor is coming. And Saturday, 2 days from now, I will charge the AC system. I hope it holds too. And Saturday night it will go to Ireland. Oh my god, it has been a really fun ride with this car. Fun and sometimes frustrating, but most of all really fun. So what's to come next on the channel? Yeah, that thing over there. Finally, I'm waiting for a hoist, a crane that I bought. It was not cheap at all. Me. And it's late. The transportation is very late. And, last week I received a call. It was out of stock. Now they only have the different color. I don't care about the color. I just want a hoist. And I hope next week the crane is here, because now with this car out of here, I will have more time for my 2 babies over there. I will remove the engine from the 75, as you may know. I also will remove the engine transmission from the 33. On the 33 it will be a total factory or better restoration, so a lot of things to do. And why I'm doing the 2 cars at once? Because as I am removing some things from the 33, for example, and waiting for parts or waiting for the painter or whatnot, I will take advantage of that time, that stop time, and work on the 75 in that way. On the 75 I will open up the bottom of the engine to see about the liners, the pistons, the conrods, all that jazz. It's all messed up. My god, and I love to drive that car. I'm so sad about the car being there for about almost a year now, and the 33 almost 2. Yeah, that's not good, but okay, let's move on. Okay, with your help now I'm being able to do this kind of stuff with a bit more ease, because essence. Okay guys, I really hope you like this channel. I really hope you can consider subscribe to this channel. Down on the description there is a lot of stuff, videos, playlists that can be useful for you. I see you next time guys. Bye. Here we go guys. My baby is asleep. we are on the road. We're going to Coimbra to deliver the car. AC is blowing really cold. I was able to charge the system with Freon. It is holding up the Freon, which is a good thing. And I'm really glad to drive this car one last time. I'm really glad to be a part of this.